What's up, Knicks fans? What's up, Knicks fans? It is your boy, Rem.
And I'm Royale.
Shout out to Syph Man, Mike Ortiz, Weege, and the rest of the NY Knicks work. Guess what? The headlines on the post read, Thin Man has no heart. And guess what? They not talking about Mitchell Robinson because we got Mitchell Robinson back and we signed Jalen Brunson. They are talking about Bumboy KD. I'm excited, Roy. I know you excited that that other team on the other side of the boroughs looking like they're in shambles right now. What's your thoughts, man? You got anything to say?
I mean, hey man, it just is what it is. That's
what it is.
When you're dealing with superstars, things can go incredibly good or meltdowns can happen. There's a very interesting mix of personalities on that team, very, very volatile feelings. So, yeah, that's just what happens, man.
Yes, and championships are built, not bought. So you see what it is. But before we go any further, again, I want y'all to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NY Knicks Work. We are also a podcast. You could check us out and listen if you don't want to see us. But who would want to see us? We out here talking NY Knicks, man. Free agency just kicked off, Roy. We made some moves. We didn't go crazy. We made some moves. We signed Jalen Brunson, and we signed Isaiah Hartenstein, the German. We signed him to a 2-year deal. And guess what? Mitch is up next. He re-up for his 4 years. What are your thoughts and what are your feelings? Let's talk about Brunson first.
Yeah. Obviously Brunson, look, at the end of the day, you got to pay to play. He did give us a little bit of a deal, though, taking that $110 million over for 4 years down to 104.
104, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, that pretty much proves the importance that when you see these things going down, you kind of got to wait for the smoke to clear so you can really, get a grip on the situation and even know what to say. Because a lot of us know nothing about nothing. And we're doing a lot of speculating and reacting. Even me, right after the draft, even, leading up to free agency, I was all over the place. I didn't know what to believe. I didn't know how to feel.
Many Knicks
fans.
fans.
But now the dust is settling. At the end of the day, it's a position that we really needed, to have a man in. And we know whoever was coming into that position definitely had their work cut out for them, definitely is going to serve a very important role. And look, I think it's a reasonable outcome, for somebody to take that job. And hopefully, he can come in and turn. What was his points per game last season? Around like 16 or something like that?
Yeah, so I got his stats right here. So for his career, for his 4 seasons as a Mav, he's averaged 12 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Last season, he averaged 16.3 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds in 79 games, guys. An 82-game season. And then he went ahead in the playoffs, and he bumped that average up to 21.6. I'm going to say 22 points, 4.6 rebounds, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists in those 18 games in the playoffs. And guess what? He was playing with Luka Doncic.
Yeah, this is somebody
who's ball-dominant player in basketball.
Yeah,
he pretty much was playing with like a James Harden-esque caliber player, much younger, and definitely put up those type of numbers. And in his absence, he definitely stepped up. I was one of the people who was critical for the Knicks about getting this for 110, getting JB for 110 million. I wasn't with it, but after further review and after I see all of these contracts, honestly, I didn't want us to be handicapped, but he's not handicapping us because he's obviously answering to a problem that we've had for years. And guess what? Yes, this is the first in NBA history to sign a contract of this magnitude and never made an All-Star game. But I do see an All-Star in the future for Jalen Brunson if we do well, and he's in the forefront of that. So I'm not hating on this move at all. anymore. I really like what they did with this, and thank you for taking that pay cut, Jalen. Because now we could talk about some of the other moves. Unless you got anything else you want to say about JB.
I mean, pretty much all I'll say is, look, when I look at last season, there were a lot of times where we were just struggling to get our offense on track and to just set up just a stable offense for ourselves going down the stretch. There were a couple games we lost to teams we shouldn't have where it looked like we were just outright outclassed.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of games where we lost and it felt like we were really we were right there. A lot of games where it felt like we were just one player away, where even if we had Derrick Rose and his 14 points per game, we could have pulled out a good amount of them. So, I mean, even just stat-wise, this can mean something pretty good for us because he's coming into a better role here. Hopefully, maybe, what he does, as far as even the eye test and on paper, he can play up to that 104 number to leave no doubt of what he's worth.
Yeah.
But then also, I think he can close the gap between us and a few other teams. This could be enough to turn out a pretty good season for the Knicks, especially if he can come in, make things easy for Randall, make things easier for RJ, and whoever else is still around. Barring any trades go through, but
we'll get to that.
But yeah, this is it could be good, So I think a lot of times we react and we start thinking of how things can go bad. Just as things can go bad, this can go well.
This can go well. Welcome to New York, JB. Welcome, Jalen Brunson. Thank you for choosing New York and wanting to come here. I appreciate that. That's another thing I look at players for wanting to come here. Now, let's get to this next free agent signing because I killed the Knicks, right, about this for doing this like 15 minutes into free agency. But, guys, we got a sleeper that – he's a sleeper, man. The German, the next Garden favorite, Isaiah Hartenstein. You heard it here first. He's going to back up Mitchell Robinson. He plays the center position. He played for the Clippers last. He's played for 4 teams already in four seasons. He's a journeyman in 4 seasons. He's averaged 6 points and 4 rebounds. But his per 33, he is averaging a double-double. His PER for his career is 19.4, which is really good. His PER for last season was about 22.1. He's number 12 in all the centers of the league, and he's coming off the bench. Then when you look into the deeper spectrum of things, all of those little advanced statistics, the PERs plus minus, this, that, and the third, guys, do the research yourself. This man, Isaiah Hartenstein, is on lists with Nikola Jokic, the MVP, the most paid player in NBA history. He's on lists with this man. I'm not saying Isaiah Hartenstein is Nikola Jokic, but Isaiah Hartenstein is going to give us productive minutes off of the bench. He's a 7-footer legit. He plays defense. He has a good post game, and he can stretch the floor. That was something that I liked about him. We signed him for 2 years, $16 million. Roy, what are your thoughts on Isaiah Hartenstein?
Yeah, I definitely like this pickup. He's a nice I think it's been a bit overdue that we get a big man center who has size and who can also be a change of pace from Mitch and not almost just of the same archetype of a rim running center.
Noel. Yeah. Guys, he can catch. That's another thing. He can catch. He can pick and roll, and he can catch, guys. He can catch the ball under the rim and put it in the basket. Nerlens Noel. That's what he can do.
Yeah, and standing 7 feet, 250 pounds. He's definitely got the size. He's a very good he's a very good rim protector. He was up there with most of the league, as far as rim protection goes. And I guess I feel like it was important to at least seal this one early because I know the Clippers. I don't think they were too happy. They were too happy in letting him go. Mm-hmm. But then other than that, when you look at all the other names, this is a very light free agent class. So really the only other choices you had was like Nurkic, Jalen Smith, Thomas Bryant, if you're interested in any of that. But I'm not mad with Hartenstein. I think also the fact that he can also shoot the ball. He has a jump shot. Not really a stretch, I would call him, but he's an option.
He can develop into that though. He definitely can. And I like what I see. But we're not going to spend too much time on Hartenstein. Do your research. Check out. I know we got some highlights running, but check him out. He's going to be a Garden favorite. You're going to see a lot of Germans in the Garden making noise for Hartenstein. Real quick, with all these moves that are happening, will the Knicks improve with these moves? And are there more moves coming?
I definitely think so. I mean, if you've been paying attention to even the rumor mill and everything going on, of course, not everything is going to be true, but I think it's pretty obvious that the Knicks are remaining active when, almost when you hear about anybody being made available, they're at least picking up the phone. So, we don't know if there are moves already set in stone and on the way, but they're definitely working. They know that there's more building to do, and it's possible to do so before tip-off.
Let's talk about it because there's still some moves to be made. There's still some free agents out there. There's still some rumors circulating about Evan Fournier, about getting him. I know we tried to move him with who was that piece that we
Cam Reddish?
No, we tried to move him to part of that Jalen Brunson thing. And I guess in like a sign and trade that didn't really work out, but we're still trying to move him. I think they're still interested in trying to get him over to the Celtics. I did also see some rumors on Twitter about having some availability about trying to shop Julius Randle. I know they were saying that looks more likely to be not this season, but the season after that, because there really aren't any suitors for Randle at the moment. But guys, we have 4 lefties. We just need one more, and we can have an all-lefty starting lineup one day.
I think the Timberwolves did that before, right?
We got to get that. We got to get that in our books. But yeah, there's still moves to be made. And guys, guess what? Gobert just was moved to Minnesota for mad picks. And what's happening with Donovan Mitchell? Should the Knicks be picking up the phone to see what's up with Donovan Mitchell, Roy? What do you feel about that?
I think they already have been. I really feel like that conversation has been had before, and it's probably going to get revamped now, because it only makes sense for him to be looking out, for him to be looking to get up out of there. The Jazz, they got 4 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert.
Oh yeah.
What can you get for Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
So we'll that's got to be enticing. Maybe they do want to build around Donovan Mitchell, and also have a face for All-Star for All-Star weekend in Utah. But I definitely think that's an option that they're looking at. And look, with all these players that you see getting moved for picks, with the DeJounte Murray trade, also with the Jeremy Grant trade, if Kevin Durant, I think picks are definitely going to play a lot of, they're going to play a big factor in that. I think you're starting to see the market almost change to where, despite the Gobert trade, other than teams just loading up players and moving them places, they're kind of just stocking up picks. And we have 22 over the next 7 years. We can hook you up. So that can work out in our favor. These trades can impact, the way the New York Knicks look over the next few seasons.
Any free agents that are left that jump out to you? I could go by position. You interested in Biyombo, Cousins, Goree Jang, Dwight Howard, Serge Ibaka, Tristan Thompson, Hassan Whiteside? There's more, but I'm not even going to mention those names.
A lot of those guys, they're actually cool, but I feel like they're fits for teams that are more in the win now. They don't really fit along with our I guess you would say, our window of progress when it comes to age. Because, even if you look, like Isaiah Hartenstein, Jalen Brunson, they're 25 years old, right?
But we do need some veteran. We are going to need some veteran presence. We can't just depend on Taj Gibson and D Rose all the time. Going to the power forwards, though, because this power forward name I'm going to mention, I want him here. Carmelo Anthony, he's a free agent. What's up with that? I know he's 38. But Carmelo Anthony averaged 13 points per game last season, shot 40%, shot well from the 3 ball. What's up?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what a locker room with Carmelo Anthony and Julius Randle may look like. But I do want Carmelo on the New York Knicks again. I would like to see that happen.
All right.
I do. Yeah.
Some younger names: Josh Jackson, Justin Jackson, free agents. What do you think about those names?
I think Josh Jackson could hoop. I think he's definitely been doing a really good job, since leaving where was he at? Detroit?
Yeah, he was Detroit, Memphis. He moved around a little bit.
Yeah.
This name is for you, Stats, because I like this guy too, but this name is for you, Stats. T.J. Warren.
T.J. Warren's cool.
T.J.
Like
Warren.
Yeah.
Shooting guards, there's not really that much people out there. Defenders, at Avery Bradley, but he's old. He's 32. He's getting up there. There's really not that much left. Point guards, your boy Facundo Campazzo's out there, bro. Darren Collison, Goran Dragic, Dennis Schroeder.
I believe Colin Sexton is unrestricted.
Colin Sexton. Mm-hmm. Colin Sexton. That was actually a name that I wanted to talk about. What do you feel about trying to get Colin Sexton over here?
I feel that space is already filled. I feel like that space has already been covered. So I would like to have if you asked me about that a few months ago, I definitely would have been with seeing if we can get Colin Sexton, but I think we're past that now.
Look, Knicks fans, Knicks work. We are out here talking NY Knicks. Definitely drop some comments. Let us know what you think, how you feel about how we've been doing thus far. And free agency, it's not over. It's just the beginning. We do have to see what the thin man is doing for the rest of the pieces to fall. But NY Knicks work. It's your boy Rem.
And I'm Royale.
And we are out. Definitely check us out and please subscribe. Peace.